I think we are live. Waiting on chat. Let me pull up my phone here. Yes, we are live. Okay. First things first. So it is 12:34. We have an hour and a half until I am able to play Halo Infinite. Today are the test flights. I didn't think I was going to get in. I got in yesterday afternoon. No, yesterday morning. Yeah. Yeah, so I got in-flight access. So that means I will be able to play Halo Infinite today for the first time. The flighting. That means I get to play an early version of the game that's 2-3 months old. Give some feedback, and then they'll work on that feedback. So today we're gonna be able to play some Halo Infinite, which is crazy. I never thought I'd be able to play it this early, which is really nice. Very, very cool. But beforehand, I figured I'd mess around a little bit, maybe try out some. I might skim through their live stream yesterday and see what they end up doing. I don't know. So yeah, we're gonna check that out here in a minute. Okay, so this is not what I meant to do. This is ignore this. This was an accident. There it is. Okay. Cool. It's loading, so give it just a minute. There we go. Alright. Now what we're gonna do. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna watch some of this here. Let me see what we're gonna do. Let's delete, delete, and delete. Okay. Sorry, having some technical difficulties. Let's see. Yeah, okay, everything looks like it's working. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go Halo Infinite showcase. We're gonna kind of skim through it a little bit, mess around, see if we can get some. Yeah, see if we can get some. If you can kind of look at some of the new stuff they showed. So let's see if we can find that gameplay. Here we go. Come on. That commando looks awesome. It's just a full auto DMR. This gun looks cool. Pulse carbine. I think that's what that is. Really slow moving bullet time, so that's going to be like a close range. Oh, no, I was thinking of the Stalker. Stalker's the long range, new long range one. This Pulse one is a new storm rifle replacement. It looks like, which is cool. I'm okay with that. Also, they said they said
little Slayer match here on.
What did they say? They said open mics is going to be a thing. So this entire beta, or sorry, alpha, pre-alpha, whatever it's called, the test flight is going to be all open mic. So I'm going to be talking to people, which is awesome. And I really hope they keep that. They leave that on default. I really want people to talk and socialize and use team communication. That's when the game is the most fun, in my opinion. So hopefully they leave the open mic thing on and leave that in the game, because that would be really fun, I think, personally. Especially from a free game where everybody's going to be playing it. It'll just be a lot more entertaining, in my opinion, to be able to talk to people like that. Also, as you could hear, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but it looks like, or it sounded like, you could hear people yelling in the background like Spartan chatter, like in Halo 5, which I didn't really particularly love, but that's okay to me. I don't really mind it either way. It doesn't really make a difference to me. Don't love it, don't hate it. But it sounded like they had different accents, so maybe that's something you can customize. I'm not sure.
One of our new maps. There's a lot to take in, I'm sure, for viewers who are just seeing a lot of stuff for the first time here.
So 2 bursts with all hits was broken shields. It sounded a lot like that Halo 5 Hunter cannon.
We've shown things like the Pulse Carbine being used in first person. I think it was briefly shown in the multiplayer trailer. And I think this is the first time we've shown first-person view of someone walking around in Bazaar.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like that
Hunter Ken system that we've discussed in some of our blogs in the past. This is kind of moving away from forcing players into red and blue. Allows us to kind of maintain that unique armor customization.
I actually do like that. I don't mind red versus blue being gone.
Yeah, and I think this
you know,
is a pretty good
losing a little bit of that classic feel, but that's okay. You get everybody gets their own colors. It helps me personally. It helps a lot with screenshots and machinima style stuff.
I missed it, unfortunately.
Theater makes everything look a little bit cooler.
Oh yeah, I love the AR skins.
So
it's kind of nice being able to customize your starting weapon. It's the one you're going to see most often.
I am a fan of weapon skins. I don't care. I think it's cool.
Looking sharp.
Now,
I like the way the shields glow.
Playtest perspective, I mean, obviously we've got the teams focusing on all platforms.
Love the way they flare up.
Safe to say that
sadly, assassinations are gone.
That's
kind of a drag, but that's okay.
Xbox Series X and S, and low, medium, and high PC specs as well, right?
Yeah. So obviously, as I said before, we can't cover every PC spec out there, but we try to have a good range within our testing. And we have folks playing on Xbox Ones regularly.
Spike grenades are back.
I try and play test on Xbox.
This is on Xbox One.
Really
I just realized that. The graphics are not great, but it looks just like most streamers are going to turn their graphics down anyways for pure performance. But it's keeping us. It looks like it's keeping a smooth 60. I haven't seen really any frame drops that have. I'd rather have bad graphics and decent frames personally. In Halo Infinite, I hope to get a little bit of both though. If I get the when I get the Series X, if I can find one.
You know, thankfully I'm not one of the engineers. I can't imagine it's necessarily a trivial undertaking to be able to scale so smartly across different hardware. But I gotta say, shaping up super nice, and really looking forward to getting.
If I can't end up getting a Series X, I'm just gonna end up going for a new PC.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just depends on how easy it is to go.
I think that's going to wrap up that clip that we have. Now we're going to show a little more gameplay here in a bit.
I'm a really big fan of the new assault rifle too. But here you can see some of the settings. FOV slider will be on Xbox, which is great. Confirmed that a while back. Triple keybinds for keyboard and mouse, if you like that kind of thing. What we're going to do real quick. We're going to go. Like that. I'm going to check my email, see if I got my code yet. Then we'll continue. Okay, no message yet.
Here, including Spartan Chatter. We'll hear a little bit more of that when we roll some more footage.
Okay. Same trailer we've seen a million times. We go.
Now this is our Halo Infinite Tech preview live stream here at 343 Industries in Redmond, Washington.
Right. Yeah.
My next guest has just sat down next to me. Please welcome Jerry Hook. Jerry.
I can't remember who Jerry Hook really is. Okay, we're gonna skip that a little bit. We're gonna show some of the weapon tests. I really wanted to see more of the Ravager. I feel like that's one weapon I'm really interested in. Looks wise, it is ugly as all get out. In like a traditional sense, but it looks really cool as a brute weapon. I think. I
You
think it
already know
matches
it
the
is.
aesthetic
It's just a
pretty well.
subset of what we can expect to find in the shipping game. So I think we'll just go.
Give it a minute to catch up.
Down the list here, people
Yeah.
are probably very eager, I assume. They've never seen
Side
this, by
arm
the
looks
way.
pretty awesome.
I do like this idle animation. You let it sit and it just kind of cycles through some really cool
I am a fan.
sort of 3D
The
assets.
side arm.
Yeah.
It looks like
Which is-
the.
Yeah, this
It looks like the Magnum.
other cool thing is like you just pop into customization.
They just
you
made it
already
look
know
more
we're
like
doing
Magnum.
a
Looks pretty
lot
cool, I
more,
think.
and you know it was great to hear Sam and you notice some of the customization that's going on with bots and in your own hands with, well, you know, with your AR. That's all in the game for people to play with.
All right, well, let's start by going in the armor hall, and then we're
Yeah.
just going to kind of
Kinda
quickly
looks
move through
sick.
here, and then we'll kind of bounce around like you and I discussed. So armor hall, pretty self-explanatory. This is where I'm going to customize my Spartan's armor, right? So right away, here we go. Now for this tech preview, because it's a subset, I'm going to have one armor core, and that's going to be my Mark 7 armor core. And you know, Jerry, you and I have discussed this a little bit. Just there's been a lot of questions I think in the community since we first started talking about armor cores, right? And we've demonstrated this and sort of showed it off in our old overview video and some
Not a
prior
huge fan of that
blogs.
helmet, but it
So
looks
how
more
would you
like it looks
sort
like
of
an
best
old
describe,
Halo
like, what is an armor
Reach,
core
Halo
and sort of
3-ish
how should
helmet.
we think about that?
Which I like.
Yeah, so this is one of our new systems. So Christopher Blum and
It's not that I don't like it,
Jeremy
it's just not my style.
have done a really great job here.
If that makes any
creating
sense.
this system. You know, one of the things when we stepped back in design, we wanted to rethink how do we help make sure that our players are really represented as
Depending on how
characters.
this
When you
stream
take a
affects-
look at Spartan armor,
turn
it's like
this down a little
strapping on an F-22, or maybe you want a set of.
So depending on how the stream
It's
affects
like
the
a
game
ability
or
where
the
it's
download rate, I'm
each
gonna
one of
probably
those
pause it
vehicles
or
is
stop it
unique
just
and
for a
has
little bit
unique character.
while I'm
The
waiting.
other great thing about that
for
is
it to,
the thing
download
we're
and stuff,
trying to
but
build is we're
for
trying to
now,
make sure that the character of
we're
that
good.
armor really comes through. There's really no better way to show this than, hey Josh, you have one of the pictures, one of the concept pictures, yeah. Okay, so everyone saw at the end of that amazing multiplayer trailer the samurai armor. When we talk about strapping on a piece of armor as a unique character, I think our first fracture core, and that's we call these fractures because they're not part of the main canon. They're part of basically side universes that you can look at. You can look at how we're trying to develop the character, and our artists have done an amazing job of really trying to represent the
Really liking the
breadth
look of
what
these
we wanna
armors.
look at.
I think the coolest looking one, in my opinion, I really like this one. I like this one a lot, just because it's got the full size katana. So I like that one. I like, kind of like this one. Actually, I do really like this one. I like the throwing knives. And I like the little dots and holes all over the armor. And this one. This one's probably my favorite right here, just because it's got the throwing knives right on the stomach, or on the chest, and it's got like these just little armor pieces that aren't too much. I think they look cool. It's pretty rad.
Maintaining the character throughout the entire armor set, and more importantly, allowing that customization, and you as a player
I do
saying,
really
hey,
like the
look,
knee
when I
pads in that
strap
one.
on that armor, you know, that samurai armor
Yeah, that
tank,
one's definitely the
I
coolest
want to
one.
make sure that I can make it mine. And this is the breadth in which we can really
This
express.
one looks like a Power Ranger.
But stay within the character.
This
We
one
don't want everyone to
kinda does.
feel like they're just all one part of a single vehicle, basically. And so then you can look at what the artists have been able to think about it, and you take a look at the
Look at
attachments
the shoes.
that you're seeing there. You're seeing swords. You're seeing
Little pointy
you know,
toes.
a bandolier. You're seeing grenades.
Okay.
Not only our DNA,
Here we get a
but again,
look at the
from
Hydra.
a free-to-play game, we want to make sure that we provide multiple avenues, not just the battle pass, but you have different ways, and we'll show that as we go forward. Different ways in which you can earn things.
Yeah, right now I'm just kind of cycling through the weapon bench just to give
Yeah.
give our viewers a sense of what that looks like. So if I were to equip weapon coatings, I could check them out here. I'm just sort of scrolling through and
There's
giving
the
people a
next one.
chance to see
Yep. There's the Hydra. We already got to look at it,
some
but
of the
you can
some of the
see.
weapons that we have in the
Kinda
game.
see it in
currently
game.
that we'll be able to check out. So I
Yeah,
really
and
love this feature.
This is so sweet because every time you pick up a weapon, right, you take it off the weapon pad.
BR
it
looks
is your
so
weapon,
good in this
and
game.
It'll be skinned the way you want it to.
I really
look
like the
way
look
you
of the I like the scope with the short barrel. It looks kind of weird, but like maybe if you brought the barrel out to here, that'd be cool. But I do kind of like the almost snub nose kind of look of the really short barrel that barely protrudes. It is a bullpup, so technically the barrel is probably from here to here, which is plenty long. Yeah, I really like the look of this.
wanted to. It is
Little
just
tactical
a
rails around the
sweet,
side there
sweet,
too.
Feeling.
Let's quickly jump into vehicle bay. I mean, one quick caveat here is
I do
none
miss
of
the
the
old shotgun,
experiences
though.
in this tech preview build will let you drive vehicles
Bulldog looks fun,
this
but-
time around. But of course, vehicles are an integral part of our sandbox, huge part of the experience, especially with the return of big team battle.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to that a little bit later this year.
Warthog always
But
looks
I'll just
good.
kinda give
I like how they got
people
rid of the
here,
little roll bars.
some of the
I did not like
updated
those.
models, by the way. I'm super
So,
excited
like,
by the
that's
Roy
not what
Samurai
to
in
do.
particular, which by the way we've also confirmed. Sandbox.
So as you can see, there's no roll bars here. There's the turret. It still has a square shape, which I don't really mind. I like the old shape better, but that's okay. But yeah, there's no roll bars here. None of those like little protruding bars that come out to like here, which I think were ugly. They weren't like super ugly. They were just seemed a little bit like too much, a little over designed.
For the experience,
Like
especially
when would you ever use that? Like when would that help? I don't know. It's weird.
with the return of big team
Strap
battle.
gear to
Yeah.
it. That'd be
So
kind
we're
of cool.
going to get to that a little bit later this year. But I'll just kind of give people a quick glimpse.
See, like that. Like that was on the Warthog. I don't see the point in this either, but it's whatever.
Here, of some of the
Also, kind of mad they didn't use the original
areas. None of the
mongoose. Not mad,
experiences in
but
this tech
it's whatever.
build will let
Doesn't matter
you,
too much. They look pretty
drive
similar.
vehicles this
I just
time
like the old
around,
look of
but
them
of course,
on the
vehicles are an
mongoose.
integral part of our sandbox, huge part of the experience, especially with
Look
the
a lot
return of big
sleeker.
team battle.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to that a little bit later this year. But I'll just kind of give people a quick glimpse here.
I like this weird seat.
Of some of the
The Scorpion looks so
updated
good.
models, some of these things we're seeing
So
for the first
good.
time, I believe.
Yeah, and again,
I always like the
what we're
Wasp. I don't
showing
care
here
what
from a
people say, even
customization
though it's just a
perspective,
UNSC
you make
Banshee.
this you. So you
Razorback
get
looks
to say,
awesome.
Hey, look, no,
Looks
when
like
I
a
drive my
Cybertruck.
Warthog, or when I get on my Razorback with my team, I'm the driver.
Gun Goose,
I get into
welcome
it first.
return.
It's going to look the way that I want it to look like. And so as you continue to play and you're in the community, you're going to have different looks.
And the
from-
Rocket Hog
from
looks cool.
players, and
I like how they
everyone
changed
know
it to gray.
It is you in the driver's seat.
All right, then I'm going to jump down one more real quick here in the body and AI. This one, we obviously
Light
have
type.
a couple different body types I can choose from.
I didn't see any
I'm
difference
really,
between any
I
of
really
those.
love actually the depth that we've been able to.
I like how he
detail
puts on all prosthetics,
right?
like
An additional layer
all
of
prosthetic limbs, that's
customization
cool.
and, frankly, inclusivity as well.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the biggest thing is just about, from a philosophy perspective for Player First is we want everyone to be able to represent themselves. My sisters actually does build prosthetics for a living, and this is very important as it's a part of your identity. It's also, quite frankly,
I want to see somebody try and make a
we're only showing a very small subset, so don't get
Berserk
lost in
themed
that.
Spartan.
But the sheer fact that you can
that'd be an
your
interesting series,
entire
making
body
like
the way you want to from a
themed
prosthetic
Spartans.
perspective and really make this your identity.
I might end up
is
doing that.
really,
If the
really
customization is really that good,
So
once you get to the
personal
point
AI
where I
is
have a bunch of
another new
armor,
addition to the game. We
I'll do
introduced this, people
different
who've
styled
heard,
Spartans.
some personal AI in the MP trailer, for example.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people out there that became instant fans
And
of
different
Lulu,
style
for
loadouts.
example. And I think we'll talk more
Well, I
about this
guess you
probably with
can't
Tom
really do
French
loadouts,
in a
never
bit
mind.
and see it in action in some of our additional footage. But this is just a subset, right? So
Yeah.
there's-
these do
And
remind
it's
me
also just
of
the
the
beginning.
Superintendent,
Like,
which is really cool.
This is the biggest thing. We have so many things in which you can really express yourself, the way you want to, and even your AI sidekick it's yours to express. Like, it's yours to make yours. And I think the cool thing is that when you see Tom talk about it, and you see the modes you're going to use it in, it really becomes a part of the personality that you bring to the field.
Yeah, and each AI here.
Dude,
for
if they don't
example,
add the
has
superintendent
their
to
own
this,
unique
I'm
voice,
gonna
their
lose
own
it.
unique personality.
We
It's
need the
really fun. And then
superintendent
you can
over
go
here.
one step further if you want to, and actually.
Wait. Yeah, let's go back. Let's look at these colors.
Each AI here, for example, has their own unique voice, their own unique personality. It's really fun, and then you can go one step further.
ERIDANUS Sunset. That's Master Chief. It's green. That's where Master Chief was born.
Or if you want to, and actually.
Bloodhound.
A subset.
I know nobody knows that, but that pink is called lightish red. Reverse blue, and then Promethean, obviously.
Colors as well. So, personally,
So, was
AI
that
is one of
Bloodhound?
my
What was
favorite
that one
additions to
called?
the game currently, and I can't wait. Yeah, and each AI here, for example, has their own unique voice, their own unique personality. It's really fun, and then you can go one step further if you
Bloodhand.
want to, and actually.
Something blue. It's not interesting enough
a
to.
subset of colors as well. So, personal AIs are one of my favorite additions to the game currently, and I can't wait for players to experience more of that. And then, we have one more grayed out area here, and this is where I'd be able to do stuff like my service tag and emblem, and, I think you've alluded to. There's more coming than what's in this build, so we want people to stay tuned. Now I think, let's quickly, I want to keep things moving here, because I know folks are eager. We got a lot to get through. How about you want to jump over to the Battle Pass?
Yeah, let's do that.
Maybe we'll switch, Josh, why don't we jump over to Jerry? He'll drive us through, and let's just talk a little bit about, what we're designating the Season 0 Battle Pass, and sort of...
This is very Call of Duty-esque. This is the beta. It'll probably be pretty similar in the actual game, or not the beta. This is like a pre-alpha style build. Like a few months old or whatever, but even in Halo 5 they changed the beta loading screens and stuff. The beta loading screens to something different in the retail game. I actually think the Halo 5 beta looked way better than the actual game itself, in my opinion. I just liked the art style, how dark it was, and how just the lighting seemed a lot more realistic, and it was just darker in general. And people complained about it, and it made me mad because I really liked the dark look of it. But that's just me. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. And as soon as I get this, I'm turning the brightness all the way down just to get that nice contrasty look.
What that's going to be for players in this technical preview.
Yeah, so when we take a look at ourselves learning as a team, the reason why we want to do Season 0 is, like the rest of our live experience, our team needs to build the muscle of listening to the players, of providing fixes, really going through even veteran people who've worked on games.
Very Destiny style,
when they go
or very Destiny-esque clan tags, or not clan tags, what they're called, banners, service, whatever they're called.
to a service,
Thing that goes behind your
team is different,
your
and
gamer tag.
It takes a lot of.
It's like a
muscle
very
building
Destiny-looking
to really
design.
get the rhythm for your teams to be able to add to the game. And so what we hope to hear from on the technical preview side is, again, what's working for you, what don't you like. Remember, the build is old, so don't treat it as if it's final at all. So as we go into these details, just remember, just send us your feedback. Give us the details that you want to see or improve on. And we won't, again, because we're a few months from launch, we won't necessarily be able to fix everything for launch.
Few months.
We'll start adding lists together. First thing I want to talk about from a Battle Pass perspective is our challenges. Our challenge system is the cornerstone. It is the underlying
I do like
thing
this.
in which we go. Now, everyone's familiar
I love
with
this.
these. We've done a little bit different. This is where you start seeing the first rewards that you get outside of the pass. So we know, right? Games are a bit different today than they were back in the day. In fact, back in the day, most people only had 2 to 3 games a year that they even looked at. Today, I bet you most of your Steam libraries are much larger than that. Mm-hmm. And that means players are going from Sea of Thieves, or they're jumping over to Age of Empires, and then they're coming into Halo as well. And we want to make sure that when you sit down, you don't have to absorb an entire Battle Pass.
See, I like this.
You can
I like
literally
this a
just
lot.
come in, what are the challenges? I'm going to go.
Yeah, so this is probably my favorite part of the live stream, honestly. Gameplay was fun to watch, but pure information wise, this is my favorite part, 100%. Purely for the fact that he knows and that they are aware that people play other games. Call of Duty treats their games like, okay, we only want you to play one game this year and it's our game. And you have to play it 24/7 every day for at least a few hours with our battle pass, or you don't get all the rewards you paid for. No. See, these are like, okay, so if you do want to come buy the battle pass, and you can always come back and unlock stuff later, or even if you don't really care for like grinding out the battle pass, or you just want to get a few rewards every time you play, you can do the challenges. That was my favorite part about Destiny when I got back into that maybe a year ago. I would get back on, play for a few hours, and yeah, I was playing a lot, but you play like you get a reward for every Crucible game, and it might not have been a crazy great reward, but it was still a reward, so you felt like you were earning something. Sadly, Destiny is one of those games where, okay, well, it rewards you for like the first week or two you play, and then you keep going, and it stops rewarding you until you do some like really high, crazy level, or really crazy high level stuff, where you're grinding every day and just playing over and over again. It eventually basically forces you to play every day and grind it out, or you're not getting anything, which is what I don't like about games. But it looks like they're focusing on challenges and unlocking things via, different playable aspects, like complete a Slayer match, killing these Spartans with a commando rifle. This is all looks just like Halo Master Chief Collection, which I really like. I really like hopping on the MCC and then being like, okay, well, I'm going to go for 15 battle rifle kills, and then I get it, and then I unlock a battle pass tier, which I can use and get whatever I want. Or for these, it's like specific things, which I like better, where it's like, oh, if I want this armor coating, or oh, if I want this visor, or if I want this this helmet, then I have to kill, I don't know, 15 guys with the sidekick. I don't know, but stuff like that, where you actually have to earn, and it doesn't have to be something that's completely locked behind challenges, like you can only get this thing from a challenge. I mean, maybe if it's a crazy hard challenge or a rare piece of armor, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind that. But things like this, armor coating, like stone green armor coating, that can be like you can lock that behind a battle pass, or not behind the battle pass. You can lock that. You don't have to lock that behind the challenge. I think it'd be cool if it's like, oh yeah, you can unlock this via battle pass, but if you want to get it quicker and you want to kind of skip those tiers and you don't want to have to like wait until, I don't know, level 50 or something, you can just do a challenge and get it immediately, and then you don't have to worry about it. Then you can just kind of chill in the battle pass for a little bit. Or who knows? I wouldn't mind it really either way. I just think that it's interesting. It's cool.
Play my games with my friends, and I'm going to get rewarded for it. That's pretty critical for us from a player
Just like he
perspective.
says.
And then, of course, you're going to get people like me. I'm going to sometimes get sniper challenges. Now, I'm not Clutch in any way, shape, or form, or Miquin, or any other pro team. I will skip that challenge. So I'll definitely probably swap that for sure. And I'll want to make sure that I don't have to do that, because I'm not good at it at all. So let's look at the battle pass. We're going to buy this? Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, we granted you. You're just like a real tech preview participant.
Right, so
we have given you some money, Jerry.
All right. Good. I get paid today. Sweet. All right. Sweet. Got the pass. We're ready to go. So, as you can see, I bought it, so now you can't see the free labels. Shoot.
Oh.
I also really like this. It looks like there's one decent reward. Like, this... yeah, cool helmet. Not a huge fan of that. But it's like at least you get one blue level or purple level each battle pass tier from what it looks like. You're not just getting common, blue, common. It's not Apex, or it's not Warzone or Call of Duty or whatever, where it's like you have to go up 15 levels to get anything actually decent. All these rewards look very cool. I don't know about the XP boost. It's an XP boost. It's not that big of a deal. That's kind of normal. But you get a helmet, you get a visor, you get shoulder pads.
Yeah, well, you're right. What we're not seeing is a smattering of objects in this pass are free, right? So
Correct.
even if someone doesn't want to opt into the optional pass in the real game, there will still be a free track and things to earn along
Yeah,
the
the
way.
main thing you think of from a model that we have is every tier there's a free item and a premium item, and that means that every single player, instead of having most systems, you have large swaths of the tiers that aren't earned unless you're premium. For us, we want you to earn every step of the way. And for the preview, we're only having 20 levels in the preview to be able
I do
to,
like this helmet. Reminds me a lot of Recon.
And so, obviously,
It's
at
like
launch,
fat
we'll have
Recon.
much larger. We're not going to talk about that too much, but the great thing you're seeing here is you're seeing customization all along the way. Do you want to go to yours?
Yeah, we can. Josh, you want to jump back over to mine because I had some development cheats enabled, so I've got everything already unlocked. Actually,
I do like
Josh,
that
switch
helmet a
back
lot.
over to
Aviator always look
my
cool to me.
feed there we go.
One of the
So
better 343
now that we
designs.
have that context, Jerry,
Looks
like
realistic.
Sort of where this content's going to come from. I'm back
To a
in
certain
the
extent.
armor hall. I've just kind of drilled now into this. This is what happens if I click in on my core, right? So.
Yeah.
We don't need to go through all this. I know folks are probably eager to see some more gameplay. We want to talk about bots and arena as well, but this is where I would apply my coatings, for example.
Oh yeah,
I
so
would
you
just
get
go ahead
cadet,
and
you get like all the
so
different,
Keystone coating is
you get a bunch of
challenge
colors
for
already.
example. So this is
So you get like cadet
just
red,
a
cadet
taste
blue,
of
cadet,
kinda what I'll be able to do. I can't wait to see how players in
So
the
you
tech
still kinda
preview,
choose
I
your
would hope
color
a lot
a
of
little
people
bit.
are probably going to easily hit tier 20 and max out.
Yeah.
If not,
I like
That's
that red
cool. What are
what are
visor.
you doing?
That's my
You've
style.
Had this long to prepare. Like, come on, you've waited for
It
this.
should
We need
just
you.
be good.
Go crazy. But yes, this is just to give you an idea. As I unlock
Those are
my
cool.
content
I really
for
like those
core,
chess
this is where
pieces
I'm
too.
gonna go in and be able to customize that.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this to you the other day, but funny fact, someone pointed out to me
All
that
pretty
if
decent
you want
shoulder
to, I
pads
think
too.
for the
I'm
first
really
time
liking
in
the look
the
of
game,
them.
you
They
can
look
have
very
shoulder
Reach-esque.
pads, which,
That one's a bit weird,
if that's
but
your,
that's
If
okay.
that's your fancy, go for
Yeah,
it.
and you don't even have to
So
use them.
lots of different
That's
options
super
here,
cool.
And,
Yeah, and this is like you're not seeing things in here like armor effects or
I like the knee pads.
other
Those are
categories
cool.
that we have listed here. For the tech preview, it's really
Customize
small,
your gloves,
and
which is
so we
awesome.
tried to keep it basically the baseline pieces. Actually, let's talk about armor kit for a little bit. That's a
What is
brand new
because
concept.
I don't think this is really
So
fully supported in this build though.
yeah, so when we talk about
So it looks like they'll
specifically
add
from a
pictures.
killer
So like, see
perspective,
these all have the
continuing
logo in the top
story,
left,
the
and the
armor
logos
kit
in
kind
the
of
middle of these. So
represents
these will
what
probably
makes
get
it
moved
that
up here,
story.
and then it'll show
And so
pictures
when you
just
see
like
the
that.
season, and when we say story, we mean the continuing story of the universe from after you, when you're in campaign as Master Chief. What are the rest of the Spartans doing? You are a Spartan, and so your story belongs here too. But it's also a place in which you can show
Anti-aliasing
iconic,
is a little
characters within the Halo universe.
little
So a
iffy
kit, for
here.
example,
That's okay.
you might get
This is an early build.
George or Emil, and that is an entire kit unto itself.
This
So
is-
you
yeah,
wanna,
I knew this was
you
coming.
actually want to go fly the, do your battles on the battlefield like George. That's where you would go to get that kit.
See, I saw that one coming where they have armor kit, and that's basically like a preset armor with special pieces that you can't really use. I don't know if you can use those separately or not, but it's like it's kind of a pre-built armor customization set where you can buy it and it'll make you look exactly like one thing, or like it's a very specific looking thing. So you get the Emil, you get the George, and you set that, and it makes you look just like them. Like that's your armor, right? Which is kind of cool. I like that. I think it's cool. What I really want, I want like an all black NVG, I want like an all black NVG kind of style look, or I want one like an armor kit where it's like you got needler and spiker rounds like stuck in your armor. It's all scuffed up and it looks like you just went through hell. I think that'd be a cool one. Just a thought.
This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
I think there's still a ton of fun content in here.
Got about an hour left until I can
insiders
play
this weekend to experiment
or start
with,
installing,
unlock,
depending
explore.
on how when they
I do
send
want
this
to
out.
just reiterate as well. We've said this prior, but this is just a test, so nothing that people buy or unlock during this will carry over to the final game. We're going to wipe the slate clean, and as Jerry noted, just we're looking for your feedback. We'll have information on Waypoint, by the way, as well as in your flight invitation.
Speaking of Waypoint, what we're going to do right now, we're going to go. What is that? trying to figure out. Probably sending. I think they're sending another email out with the codes on it, because that's what they did with the previous flights. And so that's what I'm assuming is
you
going
know where
on.
to go and how to give that feedback. And you know, the team wanted me to also just give a shout out and let people know that a lot of polish work is still happening. So you know, everything from how things look and are presented, we're not done yet. So you know, I want to make sure we're giving credit to all the.
Skip. We're gonna go to here and we're gonna listen to what this guy's
I mean,
saying.
Tom, if you're willing, I maybe put you on the spot here. I mean,
You see how much
I
suck
can
with
embarrass
punch the gun?
myself. I mean, you know what?
Why don't we trade off?
Why don't we each do it,
All
right?
right.
So I'm happy to go first, Josh. If you want to jump back over to my POV here. I've already kind of
This
jumped
guy's
into
cool.
the Academy menu.
He did the Halo
presented
5
with
Forge, I
an
believe he
option
was
for
the
weapon drills.
project
I did want
lead.
to point out this is not the entirety of our sandbox, right? This is
What's in the flight?
So Ravager, Skewer, Spanker. So it looks like most of these weapons, all these weapons in here are going to be. This is the flight build right here. This is what it's going to look like. I am running a 1060, 16 gigabyte. I think that's what I got. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm running like a bit of an older GPU. I don't have some crazy gaming PC. So it's either this or my Xbox. I'm gonna be running my PC
nice,
today.
right? So I would expect more weapon drills. So, you know,
I'm going to
I
end the
think-
stream in a minute once I get the email
I don't know, like, what
and the
fans
green
would be
light
most
to
interested in
start
seeing.
installing it.
guess
I'm gonna
they
end
probably
it.
don't need to see an AR.
I'm gonna end it temporarily just so I can. I really want to see the Pulse Carbine more. That's a very cool looking gun to me. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here in a minute. Here in like maybe 20 minutes or so. Whenever I get this download code, I'm gonna go download it, let that happen, and while that's happening, I'm gonna leave the stream off, maybe go get some food, and then come back and then restart the stream and play Halo Infinite. Hopefully, that is the plan. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, so let's do something a little more exotic. Now, this is I might do this because this is one of my personal favorite new additions to the game.
Sure.
This thing is a beast. It sounds awesome. It feels awesome. And real quick, Tom, how would you want viewers to understand? Sort of, I got three options here
Yep.
for my weapon drill.
So there's 3 tiers of weapon drills, and the basic one is static bots, and they'll just stand there, kind of just let you get the hands on the gun, right?
I
Shoot the
wonder if
basic
there are
targets, and
poses.
It'll score you on your performance and kind of give you a grade so you understand how well you're using with that gun. The next tier, they're kind of on more just like kind of simple paths or crouching behind cover and things like that to kind of show you how to use the weapon, get you to move to that next tier of how do you track a target across the screen. And then the third tier is more, they actually are doing combat behaviors. They're not firing back at you, but they're running around and they're ducking, and they're a lot less predictable. And so they're kind of harder to track. They're kind of using more of the actual bot behaviors and mentality. So
I guess I'll split the difference and go. I'll go like a tier 2 here,
Okay,
right?
okay.
I mean, don't judge.
let's see how you score.
Don't judge.
All right.
There's a
I
lot of
probably
pressure here, and I mean, safe to say, there's been a lot of internal trash talking as well, right?
Yeah, we trash talk a lot, especially about scores. Like, I mean, you know, we're a competitive team.
ADS is
Our
a bit
core
weird.
that's what you
Not a
have.
fan.
You know, and speaking of too, I think there is a cool. Not only is this a learning,
It just doesn't
module
seem necessary to
in a
me,
lot of
but
ways, but there is a competitive.
you know,
element to
I
it.
don't mind
You
it.
know,
I think it'll
safe
bring
to
in
say
new
down the
players.
road, the
New
team's
players
thinking
will, if
about
they go into a
possibility of
game and they
things like
can't
leading
aim,
awards and kinda how do
it
we
turns
really
some people
bring
off.
that
So
gamification competitive element to this.
Yeah, that
It's
was
whatever.
something that we
It's
really
okay.
wanted in the core design, and just it just didn't fit into the
No
schedule.
worries.
So we're just building this kind of as a platform.
I do like
for
the new
our-
visor. I think it looks cool.
Okay, here we go. Not doing good. By the way, that's something our fans notice right there. We have damage per sort of location-specific visual indicators on damage, right?
Yeah, it's really helpful, right? It really helps just that pop where you're hitting.
Look at that.
the
I choked right there. Now, are you a feather the trigger person with this weapon, or do you just sort of pray and spray?
I'll just be honest. I'm hot garbage with this gun. That's first and foremost my problem. I'm trying to get better with it. I kind of use it as like an automatic, but when I'm kind of at range.
This
I
guy
just
reminds me of
kind
Jeff
the
from Rooster
feather.
Teeth a little bit.
Oh man, my pillar got in your way.
That was not a great
Wasn't
performance.
terrible.
2-star. I
Wasn't
mean,
terrible.
I think there is a
Not
bonus
sketch.
for like a quick reaction, right? Like if I were to quickly zoom in on a target right when it appears, I think I might get an extra.
I
bit of
think there's
points for
extra
that,
little
right?
bonus points and little twists around it. So
All
we
right, I want to put you on the spot now. We're
Okay.
going to switch over to your point of view. So
I really want to see the
so first of all,
sidekick.
okay,
That
going
gun
for
looks
the
like so
controller,
much fun.
Because we
Probably pick
support
that up.
mouse and keyboard or controller, doesn't
I'm a
matter.
controller guy.
Plays
Whatever suits your fancy. Tom, I am hearing from our friends over here in the room that it sounds like chat is unsurprisingly very
Wonder if they'll
interested
change
in
its
seeing
background.
VR.
I think that's expected.
Probably will
Let's
with
bring up
seasons,
the
maybe.
VR then. Let's see how.
We'll
I
see.
mean, I'm okay with
Oh,
it.
the VR
You're
looks
going
like a lot of
more
fun.
Exotic weapons, so maybe we just kind of break the rules and squeeze in a third game.
We'll squeeze in another
Okay.
one. I'll try to go the third tier so people can see kind of the different behaviors. And so you see there.
I really wish they would show more banished stuff.
Should take a little more cover and stuff. But yeah, obviously a fan favorite weapon.
I'm being a bit more critical. My hype from last night. I'm watching this. I was losing my mind,
Well,
but
at least we're picking different weapons, so we're not really we can't really compare each other against each other, right? So,
yeah, no. I'm just kind of trying to keep a little,
Yeah, people are
semi-calm
already making
before
fun of me
this.
in the stream, I can see it. Or imagine at least.
Before I'm able to
I'm
play
really
it.
terrible about managing my reloads. I'm like an incessant reloader.
Yep.
See there, I probably shouldn't have reloaded.
I do like the little grooves, like that look like an AUG on the back of the.
So when we're missing shots like you and I do, it
Battle
makes
rifle.
it a little hard to be predictable on that reload
I know.
too,
I
right?
really feel like it's.
Yeah,
part
it
of
looks
my
like
job
a-
to get
like an
better
AUG
at this, and
mag.
I'm trying, and I am getting better. I'm a little more better at like BTB is kind of my brag. But you
Yeah.
can see they're kind of dancing around a little bit. They're strafing more. They're not just bounce patterns. Hitting headshots.
Very clean looking HUD.
Almost got this. Time's up. I think that's a pretty good score. Well, it's a new high score compared to whoever else
Yeah,
played on this build.
I
So,
think nobody. So all right,
Yeah.
so I hit it's tier 2, so
Okay.
rank 2. So
Yeah,
yeah,
not
so you
bad.
can see like we're trying to kind of give you some grading so you can understand your skill level and like how you can.
Looks
get
like
better,
about
or,
the
you know,
BR
like,
looks.
kind of encouraging
So it
you to
looks
get
like what they're
better,
doing for
so
the
you can understand
BRs
where you're
instead of
moving.
all right, I think
the last
I
couple
think
seemed
we're
like they had a
getting
really
the
fast fire
questions,
rate. Seemed
maybe
like they
we can
slowed
move
down
on.
the fire
You
rate.
wanna
They
play
gave it a
one
higher
versus Charlie?
damage
Why don't you do it?
output.
Okay, I'll do it.
So I'm hearing that there's a lot of interest in the heat wave. This
All
is I don't think we've really seen or shown this really to date. So this
Okay.
is obviously new and exciting. A little bit unconventional, right? A little bit different.
Heatwave
Yeah,
here.
it's different. I mean, it has
Looks
an
like a
alt
400
fire,
gun.
which is cool. It's something that's kind of new to Halo. I know Quinn and his team was really proud of that. And kind of how do we introducing this kind of concept into the game, and how can we can use this kind of more in the game. This weapon's really fun, and the two alt modes, or the two modes, are basically vertical and horizontal fire. Can't remember how this drill performs, so see, one of the things cool about the drills is a lot
It
of
looks
they're trying
like
to do
so much
behaviors
fun.
that
I love the
actually
sound of it.
encourage you to use the
It sounds like
weapon.
something you'd hear in
So,
classic
like,
Halo for
these
some
two
reason.
were bouncing near each other, and so you can
Also,
get
I really
more
like the
optimal,
reload
kind of
animation.
horizontal shot.
And I know folks notice
Where it,
it's
like,
pretty nuanced there,
pulsates,
but
yeah.
You're using your left trigger to sort of swap between those two
Yeah,
different
the two
fire
modes.
right?
Okay.
Yep.
It's got kind of an overheat thing, but it's like
And this will penetrate, right? So you
Yeah,
can line
it
guys up and just take them all.
Ah,
Very
it's
cool.
the
I don't know how to
last
describe
shots.
it.
Very
Looks
cool.
really fun.
I'm
It's-
definitely not managing my reload. I feel like I have more time in the game, right? Like when you're in a match, you like hide behind cover. But this is definitely that like kind of stressful, which is in a good way. Like it helps you get better by going through the repetitions and the drills.
Well, the world watching doesn't probably help.
Yeah, it
either.
doesn't help. I think I'm more nervous about you just giving me shit after. Oops.
We're fine. That's all right. We ran the ESRB up front.
Oh,
we're
thank you.
good.
Oh, that's
we're good.
good.
So
I'm
may-
excited. I want to see people competing
Content
for
may not
scores
be
in
suitable
that,
for
even
all
though it
audiences.
might not be the
You,
most fun
man,
thing.
you're Sandman
Maybe
us
cool.
here.
Good
Three-star,
training.
You're a master. So
I mean,
that's
I'm gonna
how
play
we
with that a little
take
bit today.
Scores yet, so maybe-
We're
That's
not
the
going to
plan.
go through every weapon drill, but when the tech build goes out tomorrow.
So what
the
might actually
builds
happen
will be
is-
available right away. So you folks
Yep.
that are in the flight can play to their heart's content all weekend long. We encourage you to do that, and I want to see people kind of see if you can beat Tom's score. There you go. Let's throw the gauntlet out.
Yeah,
See-
please. I mean, please beat my score. If you don't, I'll be disappointed. So.
So, Tom, obviously, we talk a little bit about bots as it relates to the Academy experience that we just saw here, but bots is kind of the other signature experience as part of the tech preview. So, before we get into the specifics, bots are brand new to Halo.
Okay.
What do
Hold on a minute. So what it looks like is happening, I'm not sure if this is true. It looks like they're not going to send out the codes until exactly at 2 o'clock. I don't know if they're sending. I think they're sending them out at 2 o'clock, and then you can start downloading it from there. I'm not sure. Keep checking, but that's what it looks like. So what we're gonna do to kill some time, installed this game. It looks like a bit of fun. We're gonna try it. It's Halo inspired. I played one game of it when it was in beta. And I think it could be something I can get into while I'm waiting for Infinite. It looks like a good time. I'd like to. Yeah. So we're gonna. I don't know why it's called Portal Wars here. So we're gonna turn on some Halo music. We are gonna play the controller. We're gonna do, where's my Halo? Best of Halo. There we go. Okay. What? Never mind. Well, there goes that idea. Hold on a minute. I could have sworn the full game was already out. I have it installed on Xbox. It's weird. Huh. Let's see. Maybe it's like. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. So it seems like it keeps saying only the beta is out, but it's like weird. Weird. Let's try it again. I really would like to play this right now. It'd be very much fun. Come on, man. Play it. That is a terrible studio name, by the way. 1047. Wow. So memorable. It's so memorable. Alright. Let's see. 1 second. We're gonna check my email real quick. Pray that I've got it. If not, I may just temporarily end it until a little bit later. Okay. So looks like I'm gonna take a break for a while. I'm gonna wait until I get the go ahead, the actual code. So I will see you guys a little later, I guess. Probably about an hour, Yeah, I'll see you.